Anyway, so it's that was really exciting for me to be able to work with these guys and get a whole new cast, all new voices, all new music, and we're looking forward to presenting the whole thing to you guys just in about 10 days, right?
So there's one more video in the story section. Lee, do you want to set it up?
Yeah. So this video coming up is a lot of the pre-planned out cinematics that really represents the style of what we were going for. That it felt captured rather than shot. There's no crane or dolly shots that we're familiar with film, and more feeling that the camera is with this team the entire time, and we're justifying the cameraman basically. If the camera is with the team, then we're suggesting that it's handheld.
And this isn't a spoiler, but all the cameramen die on Reach.
It is true, and we do remember them, every single one.
So yeah, we did this video for Bungie Day 2009 to just really get the team excited about where the story was going and how it was coming together. So.
Nice work, Lee, Marty. Enough about this story
So
stuff.
there was music that was really like 2009. That was way back there.
Yeah, you actually did write AP scores. Thanks. That was nice.
We should know.
Can we please talk about gameplay for a minute?
We established the story, we had the characters, we had the music, and we were feeling pretty good. And we're like, we still need to do gameplay. So
there's this thing called a game.
Yeah, so we're going to show you now like a sort of a little glimpse into like the first year of how we sort of develop Bungie games from a gameplay perspective. And again, like all the stuff, almost everything we're showing showing you today is originally intended for internal use, and we're just kind of giving you guys an idea about the first year and some of the ideas and how they all come together. So from a design perspective, like the first year largely consists of sort of a core group of the team, the Reach team, that we sort of took whatever we could from previous games and did whatever we can to sort of tape together sort of the core principles of what we wanted to do across the Reach campaign. And what we ended up doing was, after about a year, when we brought in most of the, I think the ODST team to actually make the game, we sort of presented a video that we'd put together that sort of establishes some of the high points of the gameplay. And the kind of cool thing about this video that I like is you can start to get a glimpse of what final gameplay and missions made into the game, but there's also some stuff that for whatever reason didn't make it in, and there's all sorts of stories and reasons why that stuff happens. But it's kind of a cool little video, and this again is from like 2 years ago. This is by no means a preview of the game or anything like that. It was originally meant for internal use, but yeah, here's that video.
You guys aren't allowed to talk about that video, and we'll neither confirm nor deny that it ever existed.
You know, it is always kind of, I know, a little bit sad to see things that look awesome that you won't be able to play in Reach, but rest assured, guys have been making Halo for a long time, and only the best stuff does make the cut. But you might not know this, Marcus has been trying to get a boat into Halo for about 10 years now, and right? I mean, even very early on, you had a
I think
dinghy concept.
we spent 6 man-months on that thing, trying to get that thing up and running. But yeah, we actually, in the very early stages, back in '98, when we were building the first Halo game, we were building it off of the Myth engine back then, and we actually had islands laid out that were the basic founding blocks of some of the terrain that you would explore on Halo itself. And we could actually ride boats from one of those islands to from island to island, and it actually took us about 2.5 hours to drive up, some of our maps we made. But that was, proved not to be too fun, so we cut it.
So I think
Do you guys want to talk about gameplay?
Anything else from the gameplay prototype side, real quick? Because I know one of the other big gameplay additions, obviously, to Reach is on the sandbox side is armor abilities, and that obviously went through similar process of iteration and trial and error. Anything fun there to talk about, Sage?
Sure. I mean, definitely while all this was going on, you know, I had come onto the team. I guess you guys had been going about 6 months, maybe 9 months when I came on. And so there are a lot of ideas that they'd already established that we needed to explore, space combat. We did spend some time on a boat, but the water hog, as it was.
Is what you're saying, like, none of the bad ideas were mine?
No, not at all.
All the bad ideas were established when I got there.
Space combat already existed when I showed up, and we just polished it and made it awesome.
Yeah, 90% of the work is polishing and making awesome. So.
No, but I think one of the things that was missing initially was the sort of the hook from a gameplay standpoint, right? And the previous games, you know, they'd done dual wielding for 2 and then equipment for 3, and you know, we had some concepts for how we could alter equipment and make it a little bit more consistent and move it into you know, a utility that you could use or rely on in standard gameplay. But at the same time, we wanted to keep that relatively simple, so that you only had to worry about one more thing in the, you know, it used to be the tripod, now we call it the golden box. So, you know, we started prototyping that pretty early on. And that was actually harder than I thought it would be to sell to some of the team. I remember Joe, still pretty late in the project, finally coming to me and say, I can't believe the equipment is this fun. But no, I mean, I think that's obviously the major addition. You know, there's a lot of refinements and a lot of improvements, and you know, we remade a lot of the vehicles, but most of that is hopefully you won't notice. It will just be the same awesome hog that you've been driving for 3 games. And we did a lot of exploration with, like I was saying earlier, when we'd never done true human scale environments, and trying to fit the standard Halo gameplay into that. And obviously we backed off from that a little bit after the beta. But I think we've come to a really good, solid position. The game is really, really fun. And you know, it's that classic sequel problem where, you know, we want to give you more of what you love, but we can't just stamp out the same thing over again. So we have to find that balance, and I think we hit that very well.
That's one of those things. Reach offered this great opportunity for us to kind of break from that chain of story and events that took place leading after Halo 3. So bringing us back to the beginning, right before the events of Halo 1, brought us full circle. It allowed us to, you know, break some of the things that, some of the ties that we didn't want to have to, you know, carry along with us. It allowed us to look at a decade's worth of building Halo games, take all the best parts from Halo 1, 2, 3, and ODST, and put them into Reach and make them better. Like Sage was saying, like he said, yeah, the hog drives just the way you expect it to be, but he gutted that thing, completely rebuilt the physics for it, made it completely drive differently. At one point, everybody in the entire studio was going crazy because they hated it. And then, you know, he made it right. I mean, it's always something that we're so critical of the games we're making. Everybody in the studio is very passionate about making video games, about making Halo, and we're always critiquing the work, always striving to make it better. And Sage is one of those guys. Everybody here was the focus of all of that critique every day, and it gets hard to listen to it, but it was certainly something that made for, I think, one of the best Halo games we've ever made. Then, as a result, because so much passion and so much effort was put into this title. And a lot of late nights, a lot of crunching, a lot of really bad dinners, and and whatever. But it turned out to be an awesome game.